we are talking about processes, because everything that we do in our business is a process. Making our businesses more efficient means making our processes better. I have here this wonderful bureaucratic nightmare that I have modeled in BPMN of a CFO who needs to do controlling. This is a mid-scale German company. The CFO gets every month 1,000 invoices. And these 1,000 invoices, the CFO needs to map to a certain category and to a certain department, and then write an email to the department head to ask for justification if that invoice is supposed to be paid or not. The department head then has to go over this document, decide to pay, write an answer to the CFO, and CFO then checks it with the invoice and makes in the end the decision whether to pay the invoice or not. This is what I call an enterprise back office task. Let's think we have this process, and I would like to show you how within an organization you go from such a process to a POC with enterprise generative AI. First, you have to define the issue. So the problem that you have here is that this process is very bureaucratic and it takes a long time. This is the first step of a 4-stage process where you in the first step select an issue out of all of the issues that you have in the organization that you are prototyping in the second step, productizing, and bringing in production later on. In the select step, where you actually go through all of these things, you say what processes have what type of priority. And I encourage everyone to prioritize that with not only qualitative data, but also with quantitative data. Of course, you have to qualify what is your pain point, but you also have to give a number to it. For example, mapping the category to an invoice. So is this IT cost, or is this service cost? Is this software costs, or is this external service provider cost? Is usually something that has many different repetitions. So that's the pain, and needs to be done case by case. So per case, so per invoice, with an internal hourly rate of $50 an hour and 1,000 cases a month, this means that pain point for doing this process in that area is about $4,000 a month. Then we have writing the email to the department. This process is time consuming, but on the other hand, it only happens in 10% of the cases, because for 90%, this is already a standing invoice with a standing order, and we don't really have to consider it. So that means if we have 100 cases, 1,000 cases overall, this only happens in 100 cases, but it takes 15 minutes per case. And then we have a price of that pain point of $1,200 per month. Writing an answer to the CFO takes a lot of time, a lot of research, because if the CFO asks you, you need to get your stuff straight. And so the person who has to do this type of process usually takes per case 30 minutes for these 100 cases. So we have here a pain point of about €2,500 a month. And what you have in the first step really to do is to find out which of these problems are so big that they are worth building a proof of concept and making it better. Because if you have a process that you do once every year and then it takes you 5 minutes, there's no point why you should make an automation for that. Or depending on how important it is for you, you have to just see how long it will take to amortize the investment that you have to do upfront to automate.